I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, there we go. You smell it? You smell the Mac-lish? He should have stayed with music, man. He would have been big these days.
He was pretty solid.
Yeah.
He was solid.
Mac was doing music at age 12. I was doing other heel things, and welcome to Heel Night, nerds, geeks, virgins. We got big stuff coming on here for you. It's Heel Night. We're all dressed in dark. We're all doing big things. This is not going to be a dark show. It's going to be keeping it light, but we're going to darken it up for Jack, the heel farmer. Take it over, my man. Yes!
That's right. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about the heels.
That's right.
You're welcome for being here.
Apparently TK, to his right, didn't get the memo. Dressed in pink, matching with me.
Look,
Why aren't you heel?
I had things to do and I couldn't change.
Flobo taking over. I'm not even letting her say bonjour, not into this show.
Bonjour!
I'm here to let the whole world know my name is Flobito, and I'm the crown jewel of this network. Who held you down when John LaQuaso left? Who held you down when Aaron T. Mac left? It was me, and all I want is a thank you.
Well, I mean,
Legends rise.
let's just, I allowed you to do that, so let's just point that out. But it's okay.
Hey, listen,
Continue.
the ratings just started popping until me and Flobo came in. That's a fact. Run the tape on that. Run the tape. They had the shows that no one showed up for. You had Anissa Bar filling in with TK. No one tuned in, but they started tuning in when these two guys started coming on the board. So,
But the important thing is when
why do you
Jack
think you guys are
Farmer
on,
showed
though?
up fancy and up the place.
That's
but
right.
you know what? I'm sick and I'm tired of getting all gussied up for these people who don't appreciate Jack Farmer.
that's right. Well said. We're going to start off Farmer. We're going to go into Elimination Chamber. I can't start off the show without talking about Elimination Chamber. What did you guys think? I thought it was actually a really solid paper. It kind of reminded me of NXT because really good matches actually took place. But overall thoughts, we didn't have any championships, like major championships up for grabs, but thoughts on Elimination Chamber, heel Jack?
I thought it was about time Shayna Baszler got her chance to shine and run through the division like the champ she's always been, the champ that Raw has needed for a long time.
What, Tiki? You have thoughts on that? Please share.
Actually, I think one of those things, well, correct me if I'm wrong as far as Elimination Chamber, because it's right before WrestleMania, and it's one of those things where some years it makes sense, like the storylines, and it's going into WrestleMania. Some years it's just like, what the F? Like, you guys are just trying to get through it, trying to get through another pay-per-view. And you can kind of see that as far as, the crowd reaction. People were leaving halfway through. And it's, a pay-per-view. So it's not like, just a regular show. And people were just leaving just in the middle of it. So that can kind of speak to how good it
Leaving
was.
the arena?
Yeah.
It's Philadelphia, man. You don't please them, they're heels. They will turn on you, right, Flobo?
That's a bad sign. Look, I watched Elimination Chamber. Was on the after show. It was decent. It was okay. But it's WrestleMania season. I should be wowed. I should be amazed. I should be having 10-star pay-per-views. I got half that.
Why did I like it then? I actually thought, the match,
Of course you would.
that tag team match was really damn good. I'll say that. And you know what? This is not supposed to be a face night, but I'm gonna put over those clowns with that throwing out the piñatas and all that
Lucha
stuff.
House Party?
Yeah, whatever their name. They actually put on a show. They put on a show. I was really impressed with them. So
Clowns is the right way to describe the Lucha House Party. When you've got a flip from the top of a cage, it means you're not talented. We need to get more talented people like the Monday Night Messiah.
Oh, yeah. Good
Speaking of
point.
the Monday Night Messiah, we end this show tonight with the 28,000th combination of Rollins, Buddy Murphy, Kevin Owens, come around, Viking Raid, whatever the hell is going on with that. Have we seen enough of this? Like, is there anything that can be done? Because I felt tonight finally we might see a one-on-one with Kevin Owens and Rollins being teased with the ending of it. But when can we be put out of our mercy, Messiah? Come on, we got to stop seeing this.
There's people to blame for this. There's obvious people to blame for seeing this over and over and over again, and it starts with Kevin Owens. It starts with the Street Profits. It starts with the Viking Raiders, who clearly are not getting the message that they are on the wrong side of history, and they need to get out of Seth Rollins' way.
It's a good point. I mean, he's the Monday Night Messiah for a reason. Look, I like the Viking Raiders as much as the next guy. I'll even say I like the Street Profits more than the next guy. But we've seen them all before. We've seen them all different commutations and permutations. That seems to be going up and down this card. I wasn't that impressed with the length of the match tonight, even though it got the job done.
So Charlene in the chat is asking if she's being punked. So no, Charlene, you're not being punked. I'm just gonna let people who are just joining us.
This is a new generation.
These individuals have decided to go heel, so this is what we are doing for the evening.
Yeah. What else are you gonna do, Charlene, tonight?
You know what, TK? Do you ever play along in anything?
I play along.
Really?
I mean,
Charlene?
this isn't a
you
ga-
would have stopped the show to bring up Charlene.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't even know who that
Jack
is.
Hill, smart man. You got Jim Alexander here leading everything.
I never even heard of Charlene, so I don't know.
Charlene, along with Bosa, along with a lot of other people,
I've heard of
have
Bosa.
been with us for a long period of time,
Yeah.
and I'm just letting them know, just in case they think this is an alternate reality, no, this is what we are doing for tonight. So
Or
you're welcome.
coming for most nights. Okay.
Well, I mean,
What did you think of Seth
that's
Rollins'
your everyday.
28,000 combinations of this feud going on? TK, what are your thoughts?
I think before this combination happened, we were talking about, if you run back the tape, we were talking
There's
about,
no tapes to run.
There's no tape. I don't know.
That tape needs an energy drink. It's been running for a long time.
It's a different part of the tape, though.
Good man, Jack.
But
Yeah.
we were talking about how Seth Rollins, like, he needed to do something different. Like, obviously they're pushing him. He's never gonna roll back down to, like, not doing anything. So this is just, they're trying something new. I'm not necessarily feeling it a lot, but it's different than what he was doing before. So it was okay. I'm interested to see what he's going to
It's
be doing.
good what he's doing, but who he's doing it with is the question.
That's true.
Like, it's just repetitive, constant. This has become the version of, like, Andrade versus Carrillo and Garza and Rey Mysterio.
Okay.
It has.
Don't
We're
spoil
always
later
giving
the
them
show.
crap.
Show, yeah.
We're giving them crap, but now it's time to give Rollins and all this whole Viking Raid AOP. It's got to end in some way. Just separate them. At least I thought they were going to move them out with the Street Profits, just kind of a side feud or whatnot. But it's back to these mix and match and all this other crap that I'm sick and tired of. And you know what? And when Charlene's or whoever they are calling out, telling our show, you know what? We need Josh Alonso to tell them where to tune in if they're surprised by not knowing where they're watching. Right? Josh, tell these nerds what to watch. That's right.
Oh
Hey.
my God.
Hey. There you go.
It's so hilarious that he
Yes.
said subscribe and he's pointing down to his junk.
Hey, that's already subscribed. Can't join that.
Look, we provide the best content on the internet today. Putting a little like is literally the least you could do for what we do for you every single week. So I want to see a like, I want to see a comment, because we deserve better than having to beg for them.
Heel Jack's right,
Exactly.
y'all. Heel Jack's right.
Exactly. I mean,
Yep.
this man's working hard, working weddings, okay, and providing coverage for you all the way from Redondo Beach. Heel Beto was a mayor. We're in election season. Support these people. And TK, you're still here, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yes, I am still
You
here.
just show up.
I am still in the country.
Yeah.
Still in the country.
Still in
So
the
good.
country.
You know what? Speaking of countries, Rhea Ripley's not from this country, but she's been making waves in this feud with Becky Lynch. Tonight we saw another Becky promo. I am so tired of Becky. I've been saying it week in and week out,
Tell me how you
but
really feel
really,
about Becky.
it's Rhea Ripley is just looking so much better in this feud with her promos, with the way she's carrying herself. Becky Lynch, she's fighting this line of, I'm going to be a heel. Well, she tonight, didn't you guys feel that she almost went like, well, I'm an ass kicker, but I'm also an underdog too. You can't play both cards, right?
Look, this is the thing about Becky Lynch, and I actually like Becky Lynch as a person, as a wrestler. We've seen these promos before. You know the match with Shayna Baszler is going to be pretty solid, but that Charlotte-Rhea Ripley match could be one for the generation. You have the current #1 best female wrestler on the planet taking on somebody who could be the future #1, and that seems way more organic.
This opening of the show belonged to Shayna Baszler. It shouldn't have been Becky Lynch who came out. We hear her talk every single week. It was Shayna Baszler's
Oh yeah, I
job
forgot
to
that got
open
mixed
up
up
the
with
show.
the thing. Go on with Shayna Baszler, yes.
It was
I call
Shay-
Rhea Ripley. I'm like, yeah, Rhea Ripley's good too, but
Yeah, she's dope.
who cares? It's heel
So-
night. We get to talk about anything. Go on about Shayna.
So Shayna Baszler should have been the one to open up the show. She beat everyone in the division, but instead, what do we get? We get another Becky Lynch promo talking about how great she is. Well, what have you done for me lately? Because Shayna Baszler just tore through the division in one night when it took you a year, Becky Lynch.
Wow.
You can't keep
That
calling
was-
yourself the man.
Hey,
You don't do
That
anything.
Yep,
was
totally true.
unnecessary. Well, you have to think first with Shayna Baszler, she's just coming up to the main roster. A lot of people are being introduced to her that don't watch NXT. So, and it's kind of like a new character. Becky Lynch has been around for a while, and she's trying to figure out her footing as far as promos. So, yes, I agree. It is getting repetitive. However, she's trying to figure out a way to stay on top.
I
And
don't
you
see
can't.
that.
Here is an example. If you've been with your girlfriend for 7 years, there's only so many positions that
relate
you
to
can
that.
do.
I wouldn't know about that.
I don't- you
wouldn't
can't
know
relate
about
to
that
it.
at all,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God.
You can't relate
I
to this
respect
stuff.
my lady friends. Listen, here's the
Yes.
deal. Shayna Baszler was a force of nature in NXT.
Yep.
Tap, nap, snap. She goes
Hey.
to the main roster and she's biting people and showing herself like a villain in a movie. So let's be real. Let's be absolutely real. Shayna Baszler NXT versus Becky Lynch prints money. This Shayna Baszler needs some work.
Exactly. Can't deny what Flobito's saying. I got excited too about Rhea Ripley. I was on
You
my
got
mind
way
actually.
excited about
Yeah, I
Rhea
did.
Ripley.
I'm actually really excited about her with Charlotte right now. I think that when you look at the Baszler and Becky feud, and then you compare it to the Ripley and Charlotte feud, I think that one's way ahead of what they're doing. Because with the Charlotte feud and Rhea Ripley, both of them are making it work. I mean, the vignettes they're doing, the promos they're cutting. Tonight, another promo.
Right.
Rhea Ripley shows up.
Preach,
There's so
brother.
much hype being built, and they're not even fighting or touching each other in that sense. Versus the Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler, where you had some physicality already there, and it's still not selling the way it is. They had to push Shayna really well last night. I mean, she did look good in the Elimination Chamber. I'm just saying, in comparison to those two feuds, one is way ahead of the other. What makes the Charlotte and Rhea Ripley feud so enticing to us that they don't have to do much to sell this feud already?
Well, you have to think too where Charlotte is, what the position. So if you look at just Charlotte and Becky, right? You have to think where.
Well,
they
Becky's hailed as the best out there, so why can't she pull her end for her
Becky is
feud?
definitely hailed
Becky
as the
main
best out
evented
there.
a
Hold on for
WrestleMania.
a sec,
She
thank
needs to be
you.
compared
Becky,
to The Rock, to John
at
Cena,
the
all the
end-
top
no,
people.
she doesn't. So
That she's
wait.
booked like that. Yes,
No,
she is.
oh my gosh.
Yes,
So
she
she is booked like that, but you have to remember that Charlotte's in a great position that no matter what she does, she's always gonna be great, right? Whereas Becky is almost like she is red. She's like the redheaded stepchild. So it's like Charlotte's more of the Beyonce and Becky's more of the
who?
Michelle.
Oh, Michelle. Damn,
And
Michelle.
you're trying to make a case for
AOTK.
Becky here?
Not even
You're
Kelly
trying-
Rowland?
you started-
No,
Not even Michelle?
I like Becky, but at the end of the day, there only could be one person on top.
But-
so if you compare both of them, Charlotte's gonna be the one on top every single time, just because of her lineage. That's just because of the way she works.
Sure.
Becky's never gonna
But
surpass
they're
Charlotte in
booking.
that sort of way.
They've
That's
been
not how they
booking
booked it at
Becky
all.
as an equal or better for the past year and a half. They've been booking her that way, but she still can't cut it in a feud. This is a classic example when you're looking at two feuds, Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler aren't established on the main roster, right? They haven't been.
No.
But Rhea Ripley's looking like $1 million, in part thanks to Charlotte in a lot of ways too, but she's carrying her end of it. I think Shayna Baszler's carrying more of her end in this feud than Becky Lynch is in hers. And there's no excuse for Becky not to be at the same level to elevate this feud as Charlotte has done for Rhea Ripley.
So here's the question. They've been pushing Becky, right? But in your heart of hearts, even though they've been pushing Becky, if you were to compare both of them, right, who would be on top as far as overall like female wrestler stars?
Well,
Becky and
Charlotte's probably the greatest female wrestler of all time.
Exactly. So this is what I'm trying to say. Even though they're pushing Becky, we know that Charlotte is the cream of the crop.
If you push someone as hard as they've pushed Becky for a full year and you can't claim to be the top of your own division, that's a problem.
And the way she's using it too, and the way she came out with a promo today was like she's trying to play two different sides. Well, I'm the underdog. Well, I'm just a human, right? She compared her to like a robot or whatever,
So how would you
a fighter. And she's like, well, I'm a human, but I kick everyone's ass. So no, you can't do both. You can't play the victim and then play the superhero in the same promo. You pick one either lane. That's the problem with Becky Lynch. She can't find her footing. Constantly, it's like, well, I'm the underdog. No, I'm the best. You know, it's like you can't do it. That's someone.
So how
who
would you
can
play it?
I'm the man.
Pick a lane. I just think Becky's been handed so much on promotion and so much, almost too much for her to handle. And it's come to a point where her promos have become so repetitive. You keep a title so long on her, and there's nothing to go forward with, okay? Because she has no challenger. When was the last time she's literally felt threatened and actually acted a part? Like we're seeing with Brock Lesnar right now, he is looking weak. They're making Drew McIntyre look superior to him. They have not made anyone look superior to Becky Lynch.
Preach, brother.
Becky Lynch has never been left wondering if she's okay. She's always come back before the end of the night to let us know that she's still on top. Every single time. And you made a great point about the Brock Lesnar thing. Yeah. Also, Charlotte, going back to Charlotte. Charlotte took a dive tonight. Everyone else has shown that both sides have power, but Becky Lynch, I don't remember the last time she was left laying and the show ended with no clarification
or taking a
of her
pin
being
or a
better.
3. Let's remember, Charlotte dropped the title to Bayley of all people, okay? So that's saying a lot to you.
That's my girl.
No, man.
I mean,
That's one of the worst
Bayley of all
female
people.
champions in the last decade.
The
I
real
won't stand for that.
YT
No.
on the chat says Jim is right. Sorry, people.
Hey.
So everyone take notes
That's right.
and learn
Tell him,
from
Lana.
Jim Alexander because he's one of the only smart people around here.
I've always been saying that. So finally recognize. You better recognize. Speaking of recognition, if I said it right.
That's a T word.
Yeah. We're going to go to Drew McIntyre and Lesnar. Okay, this feud, once again, elevated. This is how a feud is supposed to be worked.
Okay.
Right? What we're seeing with this feud, Drew McIntyre tonight, he doesn't even have to be part of the Brock Lesnar feud. He just comes out, takes care of business against Rowan, which is an afterthought, but Drew is so over. Did you guys hear the reactions this guy's getting by just merely showing up? Tell me how Drew McIntyre is getting over so much at this point where he can have a match with Rowan and just be over the moon with the crowd.
Well, to be fair, I was over the match because he destroyed that cage. We didn't know last week it was a spider.
Well, now it's gone.
It's flat as hell. Totally killing Rowan's run. So,
Love it.
Drew McIntyre for stopping Rowan in his tracks. Good looking on you, homie, because that guy has no direction now. Congratulations.
Killed it.
I think we've got to give a big tip of the hat to Brock Lesnar for being a team player to help elevate new stars and being a real role model as a champion. I
Preach.
think he definitely deserves a big round of applause from everybody.
No question. I mean, when did you guys see Brock Lesnar? Like last week, he took 3 claymores. He's in this whole thing. He's gotten Drew McIntyre's gotten over in the Royal Rumble. He's gotten the best of Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar has not gotten the best of Drew McIntyre at all yet, and we're 3 weeks and change left from WrestleMania.
Good point.
The way they're booking Drew McIntyre and Brock allowing that to happen, not having the ego. We always give Brock crap for he never shows up. He doesn't come to shows. He just always carries a title. The way he's elevated Drew McIntyre in this feud has been absolutely to Brock's credit.
Yes.
He should be applauded for that, like you just did, Jack. Yeah. And we need to speak more highly of Brock Lesnar for doing that.
So do you think Brock Lesnar, in real life, he'll only do that for people that he respects, as far as he respects Drew McIntyre's talent, therefore he's allowing this to happen?
He's a company guy, man. The check clears, he's doing whatever the hell he want to do. That's what a real champion does.
He's proven that.
He's a company guy to an extent, but I think because he's a company guy, because he doesn't necessarily play all the rules, he can still call certain shots. Like if they say, we want you to do this with this particular wrestler, I'm pretty sure he's going to say, yeah, that's not happening.
Where are you getting this information?
I said, if you run back the tape like
what
2
tape?
minutes ago, I said, do you think? That's what I said.
So do you think that's what he does? And why?
Oh, definitely. I definitely think that.
Why do you think that?
I think that he's been with the company long enough that there's only certain individuals that get away with being gone for extended period of times and still holding the belt. There's only certain individuals that can come and go as they please. Not everybody can do that. There are people who've kind of called certain shots and they were either let go or fired, or they weren't even in the ring at all.
He's been off and on with the WWE for like 15 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Therefore, he has some carte blanche to call for certain things. So if there's a certain wrestler that he's not necessarily feeling, I think he had an issue with Matt Riddle, then, he's not going to do it.
But Matt Riddle hasn't proven it. Drew McIntyre has put into work over the years. We even saw the promo a couple weeks ago.
This is exactly what I'm saying, people. I said Drew McIntyre is a great wrestler, therefore Brock Lesnar is feeling him, therefore he's allowing this stuff to happen. If he didn't have respect for Drew
He's put over other
McIntyre,
guys. He's put over Roman Reigns before.
Seth Rollins.
He's put over Seth Rollins, and this is not the first time he's putting people over.
I've never said that. I'm saying if there's somebody that he respects, he's allowing that to happen.
No, it's about the company.
You're implying
who the
that
company
he's
wants.
choosing this, and
he has no
didn't
say in
say
it. I don't think Brock Lesnar cares if he puts over Ricochet or not, because it's who the company. Every time he's putting over somebody, it's who the company wanted to ride to the top.
You think Brock Lesnar with somebody that he doesn't respect, and the company said we're going to do this, he's going to go with it?
100%.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
He just cares. Listen, the guy's an ultimate team player. We can talk about the money he's paid. He earned that money, okay?
Yes.
I mean, whatever privileges he gets, whatever.
Hold on. He may get a private bus, or he may get a private masseuse, but he's a company guy and he's a professional. You have a job to do, and if someone asks you to do it, you do it. You don't sit there and say, look here, brother, ain't the 80s anymore. It's a whole new game, TK.
Okay.
It's a whole new game.
If you say so. We can agree to disagree.
Hey, I can agree or
Just kill the
disagree.
show.
I will say this. We all saw it live last week when everyone was chanting one more kick, and Brock Lesnar got up and let himself
And
get
he
Claymore
sold
a
it.
third
He
time,
sold it. And Paul Heyman sold it, too.
I'm going to break kayfabe. You can tell on that third kayfabe, he goes, whispers to Drew, pick up the title. And Drew did it. That's how much a professional Brock Lesnar is.
Yep.
I don't want anyone to say any kind of smoke about that, because that Brock Lesnar is the best at what he does.
Never said he wasn't a professional, but okay.
Speaking of smoke, it's TK's Boudoir. What a transition, Marty.
Oh my God.
God.
Bosa, help me.
Let's tune down the music already.
It's all dead energy, gang. It's all you. What are you
Today's
doing?
Secrets Bazaar is brought to you by Center in Skincare
I knew
and
it.
Candles. Well, I mean, I can't
just
help it if
figure
you
all
have a
this time.
sponsor.
Yeah.
It's Heel Night.
Yeah, you can't help it if you have a sponsor. Anyways, if you want to get any candles, skincare, we also just added body washes. If you want to check that out, you can go to Center.
They're not sold out? No one's buying them out yet? Like, they're
not.
buying out soap all over the stores and sanitizer?
Yeah, it's coming. You can check it out, centerin.com. Also put AfterBuzz TV in. It's a nice little promotion for you. However,
Do wrestling fans like cocoa butter? Or is anyone sitting in the chat going, you know what, go right now, some cocoa butter, some body wash?
Yeah.
Well, depending on what type of wrestling fan you are, so if you're lonely, you can use the cocoa butter because it's all organic.
Okay, great. Thanks
And
to
then
know.
if you want to take
Well,
a
that
shower,
makes,
you can put
that
on your
makes
body too.
90% of this crowd. 90% of the viewership. Okay.
So, thank you, Dylan. Use that damn promo code. So, in the boudoir, I kind of think he should be used more. You could agree with me or not agree with me.
Cedric Alexander. He should be.
No, Zack Ryder.
Okay, I agree.
Roderick Moss. Is that his name?
Roderick Moss.
I don't know that fool's name.
Zack Ryder, he's been in the company for a long period of time. I'm really glad that I'm really glad that we are seeing him again. However, I think he's going to disappear,
Woo, woo, woo.
later. This person in the boudoir, I'm sure Jim will love her. Liv Morgan, definitely feeling the outfit.
Of course.
I'm hoping that she'll be able to break through all of that, and I don't necessarily know if there's gonna be a title, but definitely a solid mid-carder. I hope that happens
I hope
because
so, too.
she might get lost in the sauce, which is possible.
I'll pray for her to break through.
We're going to get into this next, so
And
go
then
on,
also
go on.
Randy Orton. I'm definitely feeling what they're doing with that.
Hey.
Hopefully it kind of pans out and it'll be a great payoff for WrestleMania.
There you go.
Testify.
Those TK's boudoir. You know, I can't just navigate away from Liv Morgan. This is heel night. I can talk about Liv Morgan for 45 minutes straight.
That's true.
So we are going to talk about Liv Morgan before we get into my big court tonight, okay? Liv Morgan, so we're seeing this feud established right now with Ruby Riott. Sarah Logan somehow is involved in this. I don't think it matters in that sense. What are you seeing from Liv Morgan, my girl right now? I mean, she's getting over as a singles wrestler. I mean, we saw her team up with Natalya tonight. I almost thought for a second it could have been a team up that they were kind of trying out there. But what do we see Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott? First of all, Ruby Riott can't even cut a damn promo if her life was depending on it. But let's talk about Liv Morgan here and this feud going forward.
Forget the matches. How about Liv Morgan?
Yeah.
I thought between the three of them, Ruby Riott would definitely break through, but now seeing this...
She can't talk!
No, but that's what I'm saying. Now seeing them separated.
Yeah.
Like, when they were together, I thought Ruby Riott would be like that person.
Yeah.
Almost like the Justin Timberlake of NSYNC. However...
Shawn Michaels.
However, I'm thinking Liv Morgan's the kind of the golden child out of that group.
What's she going to break through, Jack? What do you think?
Liv Morgan is a star.
That's right.
Liv Morgan,
that's what I wanted to hear.
Liv Morgan is going to break through the Riot Squad triangle match that we're coming to, and she's going to become a next level star. I think she's going to be the next one to challenge for that title.
Hey!
Why do you think that?
I think she's got a look. I think people gravitate towards her.
She's getting good reactions.
I mean, when she was gone, social media was constantly asking where she was.
Yep.
There were signs in the crowd. People are drawn to her. She's a star.
Says a lot when this whole group was a riot squad. Liv Morgan was the only one that got out, got a brand new look, a brand new vibe. I'm seeing Sarah Logan. That's Sarah Logan from 2 years ago. Ruby Riott, the same Ruby Riott from 2 years ago. I want something new and fresh. Liv Morgan hasn't.
There you go. And this is just going to, I mean, do we agree that this is going to go through WrestleMania probably? This is where it's going to end up. Three-way?
Not a question.
Three-way?
Not a question.
Three-way, right.
Three-way match, absolutely. And I think Liv comes out on top.
If they don't give it away beforehand, but definitely Rainier.
Speaking on top in 3 ways, it's time for the King's Court.
Now that is a transition, ladies and gentlemen.
I love the segment today. It's great.
All hail Jim Alexander.
I love British women.
He is the most handsome,
Thank you, my court.
intellectual, and brilliant man on God's green earth.
Truth.
Pay attention
Heel
when
night.
the AfterBuzz
Yes.
King speaks.
Oh my God, it's Jim Alexander.
Over here, Jim, over here.
It's-
Over here, Jim.
Jim King Corbin Alexander. Look at my guy looking like a king. Oh my God, this music just gets me going. Next time I have a sleepover, I'm playing this. Whoever comes on.
Have you played it before people come over?
Hey, listen. Oh, this is the best part. I am the Thunder. People have heard about that. Some have experienced it. Actually, many have. And that will bring me to the court this week, okay? On the outside. I don't discriminate. Males are invited just on the outside of the door. They can't get in, okay?
That's where Jack
This
hangs
court
out.
is starting
Yeah.
to turn into a motel, okay? We are expanding. We are growing. The enterprises are getting bigger. Outside, Angel Garza. He's got it, okay? He might be... Listen, he might be getting kisses from the crowd, okay? Hopefully he sanitizes hands and all that, and that woman sanitized her lips who's kissing Angel God. We cannot have him sick. He needs to be outside guarding Bobby Lashley, okay? Montel Vontavious Porter's got nothing to do anymore since he's retiring. Stand and guard the VIP entrance, because inside the King's Court, we have a huge thing happening. Liv Morgan has officially overtaken Mandy Rose in next to the King's throne. Officially, Liv Morgan is right. Have her rightful spot only next to me. Although Mandy Rose is very closely behind. I mean, she's
Remember
coming.
where you were, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen,
it
when
was
this
heel
news
night.
broke.
Heel
I know where I
night.
was. I was
That was-
standing guard outside, apparently. I'm not allowed inside.
Yeah.
I remember that day when Liv Morgan took over.
Liv Morgan takes over. I'm just thinking of her every time I look at her. I'm thinking it's like a young Margot Robbie. They might be the same age, but kind of reminds me of a babyface Margot Robbie. That's who Liv Morgan reminds me of. And if I, ever get to the mountaintop, that's who I will wed, okay, one day. That's what's going to happen. But, of course, Mandy Rose is still there. We got to get that fat boy out of the equation, Otis, because he's just getting stuff muddy. Also, we got Lana. We got you know who I'm going to put in? We talk about exiled and other countries being incorporated. We're gonna put in Peyton Royce back in here. She hasn't been. We haven't seen her
She got
for a while.
booked. Congratulations, Peyton Royce getting booked.
Peyton Royce.
Jim,
Yeah.
I got someone that could guard the outside of your court. Dylan Matthews. I gotta say, highlight to his quote right here.
Yeah.
I have thunder, and he's from down under.
Hey, we can bring it. Tell Brittany she's welcome also,
He's
Dylan.
single.
Dylan, Brittany's welcome also to King's Court. ESPN Ashley. It's not ABC Ashley Flobo anymore.
I know.
She's got promoted. We can't even see her on XFL anymore. ABC Ashley.
Not a
ESPN
surprise that she started talking to Jim Alexander and got immediately promoted to the next level.
Absolutely.
It happens.
So this King's Court, we need new couches. So we're asking for a GoFundMe for new couches and stuff for the King's Court because a lot of big things coming. And Liv Morgan right there next to me. This is your King's Heel Court for today.
I think it's important we note that the King's Court is really all about setting goals and true love, and we need everyone to stop belittling what this segment is about.
Absolutely.
It's about
Preach on,
building dreams and fighting for the things you believe in.
Because deep down inside, you want your own King's Court, and you're just jealous this man has one. The Jim Alexander.
I mean, some dreams just can't happen, and for most of you, these dreams will never happen. That's why they're dreams.
Jim, what's going on, man? This
It's my
is
boy.
your boy Rusev from Rusev Day.
That's right. Sorry, I got him. He's on the shelf right now, right? He hasn't appeared since my interview.
Sure.
He's full-time guarding the door.
Hey, yeah, that's right. We got him guarding the door. Speaking of the guard, okay, the guard right now is AJ Styles, man. Woo! He is coming out because that Undertaker's yard is right now being taken up by AJ Styles. What a hell of a promo tonight, going fourth wall on us. Oh, he's talking Michelle McCool. He's talking Mark Calloway. What do you guys think about AJ Styles throwing out dirt and laundry like that and just completely owning it?
I can't lie to you. AJ Styles was 100% right. There was a time when Undertaker showing up at a show like WrestleMania was newsworthy. That just the name alone. Well, over the past couple years, whether it's here at WrestleMania with subpar performances, or Australia, or Saudi Arabia, the mystique is not there anymore. AJ Styles is there week in, month out with his tag team and solo, carrying the show on his back. And when he says Undertaker doesn't have anymore, he's past his prime, he's not lying.
I 100% agree. I think I speak for everyone when I say we're sick of seeing the dead man continually come back, trying to milk this career for everything it's worth. AJ Styles had it right. AJ Styles is going to win at WrestleMania. Undertaker, you need to understand right now, AJ Styles is the future of wrestling, and he is the new Mr. WrestleMania. I loved every second of this. Preach on AJ.
Phenomenal.
What about you, TK? You don't think it's phenomenal?
But don't you think for Undertaker they're actually calling him to be in a feud with AJ Styles? Therefore, Undertaker still has it to an extent.
AJ.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's still an attraction in that way for
Right.
WrestleMania only.
Right.
A WrestleMania event, okay, kind of attraction. But at this point, we're talking about AJ Styles completely owning this right now. He's the attraction right now. I want to see more AJ Styles than The Undertaker. We've seen the Gone, we've seen the Lights. We have not seen this kind of promo. I mean, truth being spit like AJ Styles did tonight, and what he has more to come. I cannot wait to see.
You know, TK, it's kind of like a nightclub in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
By the time your dusty, crusty friends hear about it, and the ones that always with the old clothes don't get dressed up, by the time they hear about the bank or the LAX, it's already old and totally out of sync, but it's still open for business. That's the problem with The Undertaker. He is the attraction, he was an attraction, and he'll still probably sell tickets, but he's not the same Undertaker he was back in 1990, not the same 2001, not the same even 2010. Whole different game.
So
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. What up, Lucci? What up, Haywood?
Hey.
Brooklyn's in the house.
So, do you think though, because he has done this before, right? I'm recalling Cena and Undertaker. He has done this before. Do you think it's gonna actually be a good match or anything?
Not for
Any
the
match with
Undertaker.
AJ Styles. Listen, any match with AJ Styles, he's gonna elevate even the worst jobber to at least mid-card level. This guy is an attraction. He puts everyone looks him over and makes him look good in the process. If you're in the ring with AJ Styles, you're gonna come out looking good, even if you're 55 years old, Mark Calloway.
And I think The Undertaker needs to say thank you, AJ, for putting me in this spot. I love Twitter was all a buzz about Michelle McCool taking some shots at the WWE and the Undertaker hopping on Twitter to back her up. AJ said, I do not care. I'll take you both on.
He wasn't even impressed with Michelle. AJ said it tonight, right?
He's not impressed.
Yeah, he's not impressed.
Not easily impressed.
He knows that smoke.
Exactly.
But that's the perfect thing that he wants to do. And essentially, in any type of smoke or any type of beef, you don't want to bring in children and family. So that's what he's doing, and that's why we're buying into it.
Because AJ's that damn good, and he can cut a promo and sell a whole feud better than Undertaker just appearing and turning the lights off, right?
And there's nothing Undertaker can do about it.
Absolutely. The thing is, there's a new king of mind games, and his name is AJ Styles, because this time, a year and a half ago, Samoa Joe tried the same tactic. And what happened? AJ Styles won. AJ Styles made Samoa Joe submit. Now it's his time to put what he's learned and his talent against a dead man.
Yeah, but it also speaks to both parties too. Like Samoa Joe, that whole I remember, there's certain things that happen between storylines that you forget about, and there's certain things like that one in particular that you remember when Samoa Joe was at AJ Styles' house. There's certain things that you remember. So I think with both parties, it's gonna make for the match. Like nobody can really replace Undertaker.
Speaking of not replacing, you can't replace a poll, right? We have a poll going on here, right, Flobito?
That's true.
Flobito?
Right there on Twitter, released a poll. I said, question, exclamation point. Who is the greatest WWE heel of the last 20 years? Choices were Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, Triple H, and John Bradshaw Layfield. The Game, the cerebral assassin, the King of Kings himself, with an overwhelming share of the votes from you guys out there in the AfterBuzz TV wrestling quote-unquote universe.
What do they know? I mean, we're talking about heels. You want to talk about heels? First of all, the Jim Alexander should be on that list, okay, and garnering most of the votes. But if we're going to have me go second to someone, it's got to be Randy freaking Orton, who's right now doing the best work of his career. And I'm telling you, we have not seen this kind of heat, raw heat, since Randy Orton had heat with Triple H and was getting tossed out of windows at Triple H's house and all that. This is the best thing I've seen in about 7 years. No doubt about it. I mean, with the way he's carrying this feud, the way they're opening up, tell me if anyone disagrees with me. Why is this feud so hot, and how is it every week he's outdoing himself?
That's true.
Randy Orton literally said nothing and had one of the best promos of the night tonight.
Damn, Becky, dang.
He is carrying this on his back, but not just carrying a great feud. He is carrying the best feud going into WrestleMania right now, and it's not close. Right now, he has so much emotion, so much energy behind him. I wouldn't get in the ring with him. If I was Edge right now, I'd say, sorry, Beth, you're not getting avenged this time.
Jack is right. Randy Orton is carrying everything on his back, a brand new dimension to his character. Look, everyone loves Edge. I don't see why, but everyone loves Edge. He has done nothing since returning. He has just become a nostalgia.
He has his wife doing battles for him.
His wife has more character development in the last 2 months than Edge ever had. He has been, and he had the nerve to do that concerto to MVP, one of the greatest wrestling characters of all time. I can't stand it. I hope Randy Orton dismantles him at WrestleMania.
Randy Orton was proved more right than ever tonight. Before he said, I stopped Edge to save Edge. Yet here Edge is back attacking an innocent man who wanted nothing more than to help Edge further his career. Edge is a danger to everyone he's around, and right now we need to hope and pray that Randy Orton has the chance to take him out before anyone else gets hurt.
Wow. I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling between like the storyline and how it's going to end up at WrestleMania. I hope that they pace it enough that when it gets to WrestleMania, it kind of hits that crescendo.
What would give you any doubt? They've done a masterful job to this point. There's zero flaws in this
point,
feud.
we still have a couple weeks to go. It's not like WrestleMania.
Why would you doubt him, TK? Maybe because he's got set, he's got his jet. Some guys just don't want to reach the next level and don't need to elevate themselves because they're comfortable.
It also depends
Not this guy.
It also depends on creative. Sometimes creative decides to pull the trigger way
You know who's
before
creative
it's
on
ready.
this? It's Randy Orton and Edge. That's who the creative is on it. I don't think any creative has any input with these two guys. Randy Orton can write a better story than anyone that they pay right now to do it. And it's just proof, living proof we're seeing every week.
Absolutely.
These are two guys that want to have the biggest feud going into WrestleMania, and they're giving it and we're getting it.
What's even closer? The next closest feud to this that's over is probably Drew McIntyre and Lesnar, because both of those guys are selling it, and WWE's pushing McIntyre the right way. Nothing's coming even close. These guys are an elite level. This feud, and look where they've gone. They've gone to the past. Look who we've seen part of this feud: Matt Hardy, Beth Phoenix. We've seen all the past characters we've seen in back in the day when these guys were coming up. Even MVP tonight was part of the feud. They're taking the present and mixing it with the past, right? So this is years being brought into this feud with characters we've loved and grown to appreciate over the years for the skills that they are. They're all part of this feud in some small part way to help it elevate it to the top.
I'm saying right now, if my name was Christian, I would be very careful walking around anywhere a WWE ring, because I have a feeling the Viper's coming for you next, buddy.
And finally, can this feud actually main event WrestleMania? I think it's worthy at this point to main event WrestleMania. I don't see any of the other matches being as big box office as this could be. I think this could be a main event of WrestleMania.
I would not want to follow it.
I wouldn't want to follow it either.
I don't want to see Edge in the WrestleMania main event, but the match is pretty solid.
But two of the most accomplished guys right now that they have from the past, selling the best feud. I mean, Goldberg and Reigns just doesn't sell. It doesn't have the appeal. Drew and Lesnar does, but Drew right now isn't as big of a name. These are the two living legends right now that are working. True. I think with the way they're selling this feud, this could be a WrestleMania main event.
All the other titles and all the other matches are mathematical. It's number one contender that was figured out in a match versus champion, and that's pretty much the story. This one is emotional. This one is hate. This one is two guys that want to destroy each other, not for titles, not for wins, but for personal reasons.
And for personal reasons, I'm getting breaking news that we're almost out of time, but I have another breaking addition to the King's Court. AEW Jessica.
What?
AEW Jessica has been added to the court.
We've made some room, actually. We've added an extra chair into the thing, so let her know on the show. And tell us where can people see that show, Jack?
You can see that show on AfterBuzz TV every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can also check me out at jackcfarmer.com, as well as at Real Jack Farmer across all social media. You can also check me out on the AEW social media skim, recorded every Monday. It's up live now. Check it out.
And you can follow me on everything at TK Trinidad. You can check out the WWE social media skim. You can also go to centeringcompany.com to get cocoa butter and all that good stuff. And a new website, tktrinidad.com, is up.
If you want to follow the face of AfterBuzz TV, wrestling, and sports, it's over at Twitter, at Flobo Boyce, on Instagram, at Flobito, and at DJ Flobito, and of course, Flobito.com, new content every week.
And if any of you single nerds, you guys aren't getting married ever, but if you know someone's getting married, these two men, Jack and heel Flobo, they throw the best DJ wedding parties out there, so make sure to hit them up. And you can hit me up at the Jim Alexander on all social media. Real Talker is the place to be, REEL Talker.com for those of you who can't spell. And make sure you sanitize, unlike Seth Rollins today giving out popcorn and spreading corona potentially. None of you nerds spread it. Make sure to stay in your basements, use sanitizer, and keep on tuning in. I'm out for Heel Night.
Ciao.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.